And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in the Long Dark, where previously we were doing some mapping in Mountain Town. Specifically, the place we just mapped is we mapped the ball right up by the shortwave radio tower. As such, we've got a lot of Mountain Town actually mapped. There's some places here that are mapped, but they're not mapped. Like we didn't give it any spots down here. No, it gave us. I thought it didn't give us the church. Maybe it didn't give us the church, but it gave us the church. There's a couple places down here. The crash site isn't mapped, which I think is technically over here, and so on and so forth. So we've made it to here. I don't have any oil, so having the. I don't think I have any oil. I do have some oil. Maybe I might take flour with me then. But yeah, warming up in the house right now. And then the next space to go is, well, we'll probably take the loop back up towards where the meat is, and we'll finish all the stuff up there. No charcoal in the stove, which makes sense. That's not unsurprising. Any inventory stuff I want to leave behind while I'm here.
I might have to drop some gear.
He's thinking what I'm thinking, which is we might want to drop some gear. We have the bear hide. Drop the bear hide, yeah. Probably the scrap metal, because at least until we find some tools, the scrap metal isn't going to do us any good. Then we can drop the parka. Rabbitskin and hide would help if I had the time, but we're not gonna spend too much time thinking about that. We got a lot of water, should probably leave some water behind. We got decent fuel, okay. A little overweight. I think that's hopefully mostly fuel. Oh no, it's probably torches. Oh, and we have the hacksaw. We don't need the hacksaw with us. Put it on the table for the moment. Yeah, if we drop a bunch of the lower quality torches, we'll probably be fine. Or at least close to fine. Yeah. Okay. Well, we've mostly warmed up. We're still a little damaged from the bear mauling in the last stream. But we recovered most of the way. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, actually, that's actually decent weather. We'll step back inside to double check which places I need a map before I go out into the cold. Oops, that wasn't where I expected the button to take me. Surveyed locations. Mountain Town. We are missing 7 spots in Mountain Town. The crash plane. Hermit's Cabin, which I believe is down in the basin. Milton Basin, which is obviously down in the basin. Paradise Farms on the way down there. Spruce Falls Bridge. Oh, it's Spruce Falls Bridge that I need to go over and do. Not the church. So yeah, we'll probably go Spruce Falls Bridge, 2 cave system, map those 2. And then we'll take the other trip. I have 3 pieces of charcoal right now. Hopefully we can pick some charcoal up along the way. But yeah, other than wind, this is pretty good weather. Or at least it was when we first stepped out. Might have changed. There's the wolf, there's the wolf. Think of it carefully here. I can just walk the dog. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do for a bit. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure it's not this bridge it's talking about. I think it's the other bridge. Maybe it is this bridge. Pretty sure it's the other bridge. Couple different ways to lose the wolf here. The one thing I'm going to go with is ducking into the church for a bit. Give us a moment to warm up. If it's desperate for food, I could hunt the wolf, but we don't need to do that. Okay, ducking in here. We do want to spend a couple minutes in here, so I'm going to do something like this, which is we're going to spend a minute gathering some cloth. Is there any other easy cloth in here? No, we hadn't searched that back that quickly. No, I had ducked in here before, but I probably didn't spend a lot of time poking around. Okay, maybe some scrap wood if I harvest those planks. That's all we're gonna get in here. Before it becomes an emergency again, let's replace the bandage. If you need 3 bandages, something's usually gone wrong and you're probably dead anyway. But 2 is definitely a situation I've survived from before, so getting back up to 2 is a good plan. Trying to avoid running into the wolf right away, which is why I took the slight detour. And there's also a nice cave over here. I don't think it's one of the caves you have to map, but there's a nice cave over here. That might map to intentionally just put on the map anyway. Oh, that's a wolf. That got spooked with me, okay. But yeah, basically there's 3 places over here that I want to map. We got 3 pieces of charcoal, so we're good for that. This is not one of those 3 places. Well, this is the place that I want to map, but it's not a place that I need to map. If that makes any sense. We're going to pop in here. We're going to get the warming up bonus. We're going to map it to put it on the map. There's the warming up bonus. Which that puts it on the map for us. It does look bright enough we might be able to get a ignition using the magnifying lens. We can. So I'll go ahead and do that. Because I think for the next 2 maps I am going to need a fire. So having free source ignition is good. And while the sun shines, if you want fire, make fire. and then you can carry it with you until you actually need it. So this is going to protect me from wolves, and even if it goes overcast again and we lose the sun, we can still use this lit fire here to start another fire. Do I have the trailer on the... I don't have the trailer on the thing. Someone's surprised the trailer isn't one of the places, actually. I don't remember if I made a fire there. We can go over and check. I made a fire there, then we'll have some charcoal. And it would make sense to maybe do mapping there anyway, even if it doesn't to be mapped. We can see if there's any stuff near the bathrooms. And there's some rose hips if I wanted those. I don't, but they'd be there if I wanted them. Oh, we have charcoal from before. Oh, we have torches from before.
Come on.
Okay, I'm at -3, so if I throw 4 sticks in it, we'll be warm. 1, 2, 3, 4. Should make us warm. So we'll take a quick map here and get a good feel on the map. So that shows us where the trailer is for the future. Also tells us some cedar willows and where the rose hips are. I'm going to take a moment to also... Well, I was about to say disassemble some of the torches, but apparently I got really good torches here, so we're just going to take them with us. Yeah. Sorry about that. I think I was exhaling with my face in a funny shape, and I may have blown some of that air into the mic. Alright, let's head off. If I get lucky, I can get both maps over here done. And then we can head down... Well, maybe I don't... Well, I'll head into the cave. Whether or not I exit the cave and take the whole trip all the way down to the crash site or not, that'll vary. Don't know if we're going to go quite that far. But yeah, that's... We got the cave over here, we got the bridge, we got the crash site. At which point it's then returning back to town to go down into the basement.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
So this cave over here is the cave to Ash River Valley. Probably want to go down to the coast before we do Hush River Valley. If for no other reason than just to load the character up on a bunch of vitamin C. Okay, so once again we're at like -4, -5, so we just toss 5 sticks in the fire, pull out our mapping device, take a quick map. That adds to the cave system on the map, which was one of the places we were missing. The other ones we've mapped this stream are not places we're missing, so we only gained 1. But yeah, crash plane, and we'll go do the bridge. We'll do the bridge next, then we'll probably head over to the plane area. depending on how the weather is. We may stop before we get to the plane if the weather isn't playing along. Before I actually head off, we should disassemble the basically worn-out torch. Back into a stick, save us a little weight.
Too much
This
stuff
is
to
the
carry.
warm part of the day, so this is the part of the day we want to be traveling in. Which is why I'm not taking the opportunity to cook food or anything. Not talking for a moment because I muted the mic to sip some tea. Looks like we're gonna spook a wolf here. Yep. Man with fire crosses hill. Surprises wild dog, yes. I believe these crows... Well, these crows might not be over a human corpse. I think something is one over here is human. Yep, human. Oops, not the auto walk on. Nothing on him. You know, let's actually map this place. It's not important to, but we'll map it. And I'm warm enough, I think I can just map it, take a little bit of cold damage. And then we can get moving again.
That did it.
Oh, it may have chilled down a bit. This might be the smartest idea, but I'm going to do it anyway. Yeah, not anything important, just making the map look a little better. I'm surprised that didn't put the corpse on the map. Standing right next to it.
Cold is making my head feel thick.
Do a little bit of sprinting here. The main thing that would be scary over here is the bear, which we killed, obviously. Sprint over to our meat pile. That might actually be the best place to do the mapping from, as we can fire up the fuel, fire up the campfire, cook some meat,
So cold.
and
Just gonna lay down for a bit.
eat some bear when we're done mapping. And I'm sitting here just to avoid, well, to minimize the amount of time I'm taking damage. Once we get to the fire, we'll toss a piece of coal in the fire, and that will give us enough warmth. I think. It did start to get colder, so it might not be enough. Oh, well, like a water bottle. Yeah, this is the bridge. Apparently, from where we just were obstructed just enough of the bridge that the bridge didn't count. Because the game can be mean that way sometimes.
Come on.
Okay, and
Come on.
one piece of coal. Lump the meat. Lump the meat. Do a quick map. There's the bridge. Now we're down to 5 places. We know the crash site's one of them. One of them's the... well, 3 of them are, I think, in the basin, so one's the crash site, one's the farmstead on the way to the basin, the other 3 are in the basin. Kind of character nice and fed. Probably not gonna stay here to cook all this meat. Yeah, we're not gonna stay here to cook all the meat. Maybe some of the meat. It's not all of it.
Dusk, so night can't be far behind.
But yeah, now the question is, do I want to go down to the crash site? Or do I want to sleep before we hit the crash site? By sleeping in the cave? That's the real decision at work here. And I'm probably gonna, yeah, I think well, I'm gonna go through the cave. What I might do is I might go into the purpose cache. We might sleep in the purpose cache. And then we'll take the trip down to the crash site in the morn. I think we might have enough time, because it's Interloper and we're always cold on Deliver, to cook the second round of meat there. Well, third round of meat, I suppose.
I need to find a place to rest.
Yep, that's where we're off to next. Oh, I suppose that's a question. I think I will take advantage of that question. We're going to take the last torch out of here, so we got a torch. And then I'm going to try to hang around long enough that we can take some charcoal out of this fire, so we've got plenty of charcoal. Otherwise you end up in weird chicken and egg situations where you want charcoal, but that requires you waiting for the fire to burn down to take the charcoal out of it. 11 pieces of charcoal. That was a lot more than I needed. We wanted like 5. We can leave some in the cabin. It'll be fine. We'll want it later when we're going into HRV Valley.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Yeah, he's complaining about carrying capacity because he's tired. So we're gonna get him to the nice purpose cache so he can take a nap there. But yeah, we'll be warm going through the cave. That's a question. Did I take the charcoal out of this one? No. There wasn't a lot of charcoal in that one, but 2 pieces of charcoal is more than enough most of the time. So in this cave we go. We could sleep in this cave, but I'm gonna do the full
Pack is
transition
getting kinda
or
heavy.
transit of this cave. I'm not sure if I saw that coming in the first time. There's a ravaged wolf carcass there. But yeah, plan is get through to the purpose cache, give the character a nice long nap there. Then we'll go down to the crash site in the following day, where we can probably, if it's daytime and run at tide, we can probably hang out there until it gets appropriate viewing weather. So even if it isn't bad, or even if it isn't appropriate viewing weather, we'll head down there. And cold in this dead end? Doesn't look like it. And then back to the house, drop off some supplies because we're gonna have to do climbs, so we want to be low enough low 8 that we can do some climbing. And then we go over to the farmstead. Probably get away with mapping the farmstead with one piece, maybe two pieces. And then shimmy down the rope. There's well, one of the places is actually the way to leave the basin, so basically at the 3 places we go through. That might only take 2. I'll bring 3 along in case we have to do all three places separately.
Wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Then I'll probably actually leave via Forlorn Muskeg and start making our way back to Coastal Highway. We won't completely map Forlorn Muskeg, but if you're watching the Twitch VOD later, we'll probably complete Mountain Town in this stream. If it's YouTube, it'll probably be multiple parts. It'll probably take most of the stream. Yeah. Yeah, so up here isn't the worst place if you're trying to make items and you don't got the bow, because there's definitely a lot of stuff to harvest, and we found a hacksaw, so you could definitely harvest a lot of it. There's a poor human down here, and a convenient bed, which is what we're actually here for. Hydrate up, take a 10-hour sleep. That'll probably take our character most of the way to full health. And it did. If we didn't have well-fed, that's can go over 100%, we would have been at full health.
I might have to drop some gear.
Yeah, I think that's, we got like a kilogram more charcoal than we need, which is why he's overweight, otherwise it would be at carrying capacity instead. Anyway, early morning's usually when it's the coldest. Whoops. That's not the way down. That would have been a short drop and a lot of ankle pain. So yeah, previously we took the right down here, back down to the house. Today we're going to go down to the crash site, which is this way. I believe if you're playing story mode, the Winter Mule story mode, or Winter Mute story mode, I forgot how you pronounce that, the story mode. But if you're playing the story mode, you actually start at the crash site over here. So people who are knowledgeable about this game probably know where the crash site is.
Can't feel my hands.
Whereas people that play only the survival mode might actually not know where the or the crash site is, because it's a little out of the way for just wandering around randomly.
Too much stuff to carry.
This is the crashed plane. With an original stem. Cloth. I think technically for Faithful Guitarographer, it's only the crashed site,
Never felt
which
so
is
cold in
down
my
at the
life.
bottom of the hill here. Not the crashed plane, that's the spot we need. The weather's playing along, and it kind of is. Let's quickly throw together a fire. Just in case it was the plane and not the crash site. How cold am I?
On.
Mine's 29, yows. Okay, well that'll make us warm, but probably more fuel than I wanted to really throw in the fire. So there's the crash plane. Don't think that was what it was looking for. No, it was the crash plane. Maybe I'm getting something confused and it's not the crash site we need to do. But yeah, we're here. We got the time because we got the fire going already. Let's break it open this crate. Anything else I want while we're up here? Scrap metal won't hurt too much because if we find some tools, there is some stuff we want to repair. That will take some scrap metal. Oh yeah, we'll probably end up getting cold chopping this up. Yeah. Okay, that hurt. We looked at you. Yeah, so we just warm up the fire here.
So cold.
Probably make 2 batches of porridge here, and then we'll head down the hill. And yeah, the reclaimed wood here is probably more weight than I need, but we'll take it with us. That's the sort of fuel that would actually be potentially good for making water in the 6-burner stove. Okay, now we wander down the hill. Because this is a sort of special area, it sometimes has some decent loot. Wouldn't necessarily go to my way to come down here early in the run, but as you can see, we already found a stim, right? So definitely not a bad place to come. Once more timely matters are sorted in an Interloper run. Oh, interesting. Jerry can. Don't know any convenient place to necessarily fill up that jerry can. An accelerant. Insulated flask. Yeah, some interesting stuff down here. Nothing that's necessarily a must-have that we've come across yet.
Wonder if this is any good to eat.
This would imply that there's a bear down here, but there isn't. Apparently this cave is not deep enough to give us a warming up bonus, which is good to know. So it was probably a good idea for me to have stopped in the purpose cache to warm up. Otherwise we'd be a bit cold here
Come on.
to sleep the night through. And yeah, it was the crash plane, not the crash site. So I didn't need to come all the way down here. Could have just mapped the plane and headed back. And looking at the time, this is probably a good place to put the part break in. So if you're watching on YouTube, there'll be another part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, I'm going to take a very short break, and then we're going to get to recording that part. So until the next part, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.